So 2025 sure was a year, right? It sure was a collection of weeks and months. Anyway, with this thing almost over, I figured I'd give you guys a general overview of the things I watched, read, or listened to this year that I genuinely loved. If something's not here, there's a few possibilities. 1, I didn't love it, 2, I already covered it in the channel, or 3, I just missed it. Biggest example would be Sinners. Everybody talks about that movie like it's the second coming of Christ, but I never watched a single frame of it. You just miss out on some stuff, what can I say? We're kicking things off with movies and TV, and do be warned that they don't all have to be from the year 2025. Alright, now that all the big releases are out, I can confidently give you guys my top 5 movies of the year. At number 5, we have The Naked Gun. I miss straight up comedies, man. Not action comedies, not dramedies, just jokes per second, throw everything at the wall comedies. The Naked Gun follows the classic Zucker-Abrams philosophy. If a joke exists, they use it. Liam Neeson as Drebin is great, and I laughed out loud at the line,
"Don't forget Fergie." I would never forget Fergie.
Is it as funny as the originals? No. Did I laugh? Yes. Would I watch a sequel? Sure. At number 4, we have F1. This is a rock-solid sports drama. Likeable characters, clean storytelling, and racing sequences that feel legally obligated to be watched on the biggest screen you can find. Brad Pitt plays an aging racer who's trying to prove he's still got it while developing a rivalry with a younger driver played by Damson Idris. Joseph Kosinski continues his quest to become the patron saint of movies your dad falls in love with. Super competent popcorn blockbuster, easy recommendation. Number 3, Weapons. John Carpenter is the greatest living horror director, full stop. As long as that man has a pulse, the only debate we're having is who gets the silver medal, and Zach Cregger seems to want it badly. The premise is a bunch of kids go missing and we follow several characters trying to figure out what happened. Weapons has tension thicker than Chun-Li's thighs, released at the perfect moment with a scare, a joke, or a deeply satisfying beat. Great theater experience too. It was cool to hear the audience jump and laugh in the same screening. Number 2, Chainsaw Man Reze Arc, or Reze? I don't really know how to pronounce it. I know this pick might be divisive, but man, this movie worked for me. The animation, the pacing, the writing, everything hits. Like the rest of Chainsaw Man, on the surface it just seems like gory, crass fun. Chainsaw guy riding a shark, violence, profanity, but underneath, it's a quiet, surprisingly emotional story about young love, its joy, its expectations, and yeah, its heartbreak. Read the manga and or watch the anime, then watch this movie and tell me it does nothing for you. Go on, I dare you. And number 1, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. Del Toro doesn't try to reinvent the wheel here. He knows this story already works, he just focuses on telling it to the best of his ability, crafting a gothic horror epic. The production design is immaculate, the costumes are unbelievable, especially Mia Goth in a see-through dress, thanks for that one, man, and the acting for the 2 leads is fantastic. Netflix absolutely fumbled the release. This should have been the Halloween movie, but oh well. As it stands, Frankenstein takes the gold on this one as the best movie of 2025 that I have seen. But here's some great stuff that wasn't from this year. First up is Blowout. This is a thriller directed by Brian De Palma, who also made Scarface and The Untouchables. It stars John Travolta as an audio technician working for a sleazy movie studio. One day, while out capturing sounds, Travolta unwittingly records a fatal car accident that may have not been accidental at all. Beautifully shot, brilliantly written, and the ending is just... it's something else, okay? If you want a full review, let me know. This is one worth talking about, but I can recommend it to you if you just enjoy thrillers. And then there's My Cousin Vinny. I kept hearing about this movie for years and finally decided to watch it. Yeah, it's fantastic. Ralph Macchio and some other guy get arrested for a murder they didn't commit, so they call up Macchio's lawyer cousin Vinny, played by Joe Pesci. Now, the bumbling and inexperienced Vinny needs to clear the two kids so Macchio can go on to star in even more Karate Kid sequels. Pesci is hilarious, the script is tight as hell, and the setups and payoffs are masterful. Marissa Tomei is fantastic, and yes, I understand why half the planet had a crush on her back in the 90s. I didn't watch much new television this year, I mostly just rewatched old stuff, but I finally started Gargoyles. It's stylish, moody, surprisingly serialized, and I get why it has a cult following. If I finish it by next year, maybe I'll review it for the next Spooktober. Who knows? Moving on to video games, we have Ace Attorney, the first one. Somehow, I had never played these games before. It turns out they're great. It's like a season of legal drama only with anime logic dialed up to 11. My cousin Vinny actually gets praised a lot for its realism, and Phoenix Wright doesn't. But I still loved it, damn it. I'm still iffy on some of the character motivations though. The script isn't perfect, but our leads are lovable and the logic puzzles are excellent. Looking forward to playing the rest of the series. Again, if you want a full review, let me know in the comments. And now, Hitman. I had only played Absolution before this. Yes, I know. So this year I went back and tried out the original trilogy. The first game, I'm gonna be honest, I dropped. It was just too awkward for me. The second game, Silent Assassin, was a marked improvement, but still had some annoying sections. But then Contracts came along and everything clicked. It's like they finally figured the formula out, crafting an endlessly enjoyable and replayable stealth game. You're dropped in a sandbox and told, here's a target, figure it out. You want to sneak in, take down the target, and sneak out like a shadow in the night? Go for it. You want to bring in an honest-to-God minigun and cosplay a bald Terminator? Knock yourself out. And as far as the game is concerned, whatever method you use to kill the target and escape is the right way to do it. You travel the world, taking down weird and colorful criminals while dressed in a fancy suit. It's like you're James Bond, except with alopecia. Expect a review of it soon, there's a lot to talk about. Another genre I wasn't that familiar with was turn-based strategy, so I tried out this fancy schmancy XCOM game I heard everybody praise for years. Yeah, it's the best game I played this year. Even on normal difficulty, the game still presents you with some challenging encounters that force you to think about 5 steps ahead, but also be able to improvise, because these damn aliens aren't gonna just sit around and wait for you. The base building is also great. It's just one of those games where you get the feeling you're growing stronger with time. It's really cool. The story is standard, but aside from that, everything in this game ranges from good to great. And lastly, we have Ninja Saviors. This is a remake of the classic Ninja Warriors game for the SNES, and exactly the kind of no-nonsense arcade action I love. Pick a robot ninja, including 2 robo-waifus, move forward, punch people. That's it. The game encourages mastering stages, going for 1cc's, and studying strategies online. It's just a clean, satisfying beat-em-up. Now for reading. I actually read a ton of 70s Spidey this year, including the famous Gwen Dies storyline. Still tense, still shocking, still great. It would be like if they killed Lois Lane and then actually stuck with it. Until, of course, Marvel eventually said, hey, we're completely out of ideas, let's resurrect Gwen Stacy as female Deadpool. Okay? The John Romita / Roger Stern era is great though. There's a weird storyline where Doc Ock wants to marry Aunt May. Yes, really, and a bunch of classic characters get introduced, like the Punisher and Hammerhead. On the DC side of things, I finally dove into Geoff Johns' Green Lantern run, and it absolutely rocks. For a minute there, people argued DC's Trinity should actually be Superman, Batman, and Green Lantern, and honestly, I get it. Hal is obviously the default Lantern. He's the inspirational never say die kind of superhero, like Rocky mixed with Maverick from Top Gun. What's not to love? Apparently, some people at DC think he's a moron who never cracked open a dictionary to find out what the word willpower means, but these people are stupid. Guy is the ride-or-die loudmouth who probably likes settling every possible dispute with a push-up contest. Kyle is the more emotional, contemplative, artsy type, and John is the no-nonsense yet slightly depressed badass. Great characters, all of them, great comics. And lastly, I've been reading a lot of Invincible, but I'm saving my thoughts. I'm planning a full 2-part mega review once I finish the entire series, so look out for that. So yeah, in closing, I can't tell you I've consumed a lot of media actually made in 2025. Spotify tells me I have the music taste of a 55-year-old, which is fine, except for the fact I'm 27. But there were some standouts this year in terms of movies, games, and music. I'm a firm defender of the idea that there is good stuff out there, you just have to look for it. And that's today's video. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss what's next. Because next week we're finally talking about an all-time Christmas classic. Not Die Hard, It's a Wonderful Life. See you there.